You want to know what it's going to do with the economy? Hector and Marisol are going to be let go, and Tyrone and Phyllis may get a job. It will employ the people who have been pushed out of the job market. I've had enough of this bullshit. They got to go home. Go home. You want to apply, you want to have your amnesty hearing.
If you love Americans and you love America and you want to be us or be like us, then do it the right way, number one, okay? Don't come here and then want us to be like wherever shithole, thanks, President Trump, that you just left. This is our country. I'm inviting you to be an American legally. Stand for our Constitution. Damn it.
Representative Maria Salazar. Yes. All right. So they call it the Dignity Act, but there's nothing dignified about selling out American workers to please big donors and globalist interests.
If you are undocumented and you have been in the country for more than 5 years, you do not have a criminal record. You're working and paying taxes. You can come out of the shadows with no fear and apply for the dignity status. That means they will pay a fine of $7,000 over 7 years, buy their own health insurance with no access to any federal programs, and contribute 1% of their salary to the United States Treasury. That is $50 billion plus. Just do the math. In return, they will never be deported. They will be able to go home for Christmas or to go bury their mother and come back to the United States to continue working and paying taxes. It gives them a dignified life in the promised land.
That was Representative Maria Salazar. She's actually a Republican, and she's pushing the so-called Dignity Act. It offers amnesty to illegals, including those who voted in federal elections. Pretty much betrays the conservative base that overwhelmingly supports mass deportations, not open borders.
I've had enough of her. Dignity. How about dignity for American-born people? How about that? How about not spending my tax dollars? And you want to give amnesty to people who've been here for longer than 5 years, right? So if I'm someone who jumped the border, I'm saying, okay, all I have to do is just hang out for 5 years, and then I can pay off the United States government with $7,000 and I can never be deported? Bullshit. You're a guest in my nation. Absolutely a guest. You can be deported for committing crime. You can be deported for being a part of a criminal conspiracy, even when you're a green card holder. This blanket amnesty does not work. We have immigration law on the books now that would work great if somebody would just take some time to enforce it. They all have to go. They should all be repatriated to their home countries. Those who don't want to go home, they can go somewhere else. They just got to get the hell out of here. Then we can sit back and say, all right, now what do we do? But we have to get back to ground zero, and there cannot be any amnesty, most assuredly not for $7,000 and 1% of their income. The promised land, this land's not promised to anybody except for those of us who were born under the stars and stripes. This is not the promised land. What is she talking about? I will say this, and I mean this from a political standpoint. There are Democrats who run as Republicans because they live in a Republican district. We call them little R's, right? For a very good reason. And she's one of those R's. The people that she should be looking to give dignity to are the American citizens that she represents, not the illegals that are hiding in her district. She's got it all wrong.
Shelley, this bill revives Biden's labor neighbors and Bush's any willing worker schemes, floods the U.S. labor markets with low-wage foreign workers, both blue-collar and white-collar. What are your thoughts on this bill?
My thoughts are I'm sick of these congressmen and senators selling out Americans. That's number one. We have had so many so-called amnesty bills, or maybe they really were called amnesty bills, at least since Ronald Reagan, 1986. We've tried all of these, and many of them, or some of them, have been proposed by Republicans. And yes, they may have been signed into office. Why do we still have undocumented workers here? At least since 1986. We should have no more, right? Because theoretically, the people who were phased in or grandfathered in, they should have all been done, certainly by 1986, and we should should not have anymore. But no, our numbers of undocumented or illegal aliens have increased more and more. I'm sick of our congressmen, senators, elected officials, bureaucrats selling out Americans. You were not elected to represent illegal and undocumented people. That's not what your job is. Your job is to uphold the Constitution and to protect and secure America's borders and Americans. We are the taxpayers. We pay your damn salaries. I'm sick of it. I don't want any more bills saying how to make paths to citizenship. The path to citizenship is you go to your embassy or wherever you are, you apply for citizenship, you do the match the criteria. You meet the criteria, take whatever test, all of those, and bring your ass here legally. That's it. I'm tired of people, I don't know how they get here. I'm just going to say swimming the Rio Grande, or maybe somehow or another they swim the Atlantic Oceans or wherever. Planes, trains, buses, ships. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all of these. This is our problem. This is our problem. They're part of the swamp culture. Again, these senators, congressmen, anybody else that keeps saying a path to immigration or path to legal citizenship. No, the only path to legal citizenship is number one, being born here and coming here correctly. I'm sick of these people. I don't care if they're Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Independent. I don't care. You are treasonous.
Yeah. Yana, I want to get your thoughts on this. So, we've been talking about these illegal immigrants and the immigration system on a whole for a very long time, but we don't talk about what the left says. And one of their biggest talking points is they say undocumented immigrants already pay billions in taxes and contribute to Social Security they'll never collect. And so the point is illegal immigrants as responsible community members deserving of legal recognition, particularly if they have been here, have broken no laws other than crossing the border illegally, and have been, other than that, exemplary citizens. What are your thoughts? What is your response to that?
It is a difficult situation. And of course, from an ethical standpoint, in some ways, they're not wrong when they say that. Because when you have a broken system, when you have a border that is open, when you don't have enforcement for decades, then this is the consequence. People will be moving in, and because people are always looking for a better life, and if they know that it's relatively easy to get in here illegally, they will. And it is true that oftentimes, I mean, of course, they pay taxes when they buy things here. They can't avoid it. Also, a lot of times they use fake Social Security numbers that, somehow, taxes are being paid. They're not receiving anything back. So it is true that it's an issue. It's an ethical question, really. However, when you have something like an amnesty, it creates a more of an incentive for more illegals to begin their journey here. So right now we see on the news that there are no crossings at this point because there's enforcement here right now. But as soon as this bill, if it passes, the news is going to travel around the world that, if you enter here, if you stay here for a period of time, then you can apply for amnesty, and people are going to start to try to get here again. Also, how logistically, so basically she's saying that the legal immigrants right now have to self-report. That's what she's saying. So that means that are the ICE raids going to stop? Like, how are we going to figure out who's been here for 5 years and or more or less? Like, it's just going to create more of a bureaucracy issue. So another thing I have to say is I've been seeing all these ICE raids, okay, but then what is going on with the employers? Why are so many of these people employed here? And I don't hear anything about consequences for those employers. So that is what I would like to see, because that would be a deterrent already. So if you fine an employer, let's say $10,000 per illegal alien, maybe they'll stop hiring them, and maybe they will stop trying to get here.
That's a very good point. And that's the real agenda. It's these globalist economics and demographic transformation. So proponents of this type of bill want low pay, high migration economies, just like over in the UK and Canada, where birth rates are plummeting. The housing becomes unaffordable, wages fall, families suffer, and China builds while we stall. So the goal, again, is what, like you mentioned, with these employers, they want more consumers, cheaper labor, and fewer independent American families. But let me ask you this, and again, I want to dig into this. You know, the left is saying sort of similarly to, you go to a store and the store has issued, they've sent out flyers saying we've got a sale on shoes. This shoe is actually $5. And you come on in and get as many shoes as you like. And when you go into the store, it says $5. But when you get to the checkout, it says, "Oh, this was not correct. This is incorrect. This was a incorrect flyer. These are actually $30 shoes." Well, generally you could say, well, that's bad business. It's false advertisement. You know, you can't do that. You've advertised the $5, so I should be able to pay $5. It's sort of similar to what we've seen over the last couple of years with this immigration system, where you have these Democrats, despicable Democrats, who have advertised open borders, come one, come all. We get all these millions of illegals here, and now we're trying to kick them out. Is that fair? Nicole?
Yes, it's fair. Kick them the hell out. Let me tell you something. So Yana has it right. This is what we need. If someone's going to write a bill, I would say this: employers who employ people who don't come back clean on their I-9, that kind of thing, should have a $50,000 per incident fine. That's going to dry that up right there. The people who are writing the
we lost Nicole.
Cars, covering them with insurance.
I
want
about
back. Okay, so $50,000 per incident for bankers who give them mortgages, for people who sell them cars, for people who sell them insurance. All of these people need to be penalized. And when we take away all the things that they feel like makes them quote unquote citizens, they will go home or go somewhere else where they can freeload off those people. But we've got to get very serious about it. But until Congress writes a bill that says that, what we're going to have is employers who say, I'd rather hire the illegal for $8.50 than pay $21.50 to the native born American who's going to do the same work, probably take the same amount of days off, but this person is cheaper. I just need to fudge some of the HR paperwork. We've got to get them held accountable for their actions 100%. Once we take away all of the treats for coming, they will stop coming. But it's going to take a concerted effort by our Congress, who's probably on vacation, kind of like I am, not getting anything done.
Yeah. And I want to say this, KJ, I'm sorry. And therein lies another problem, the bureaucracy of it all. Bureaucracy, business owners, employers, they can maybe fudge the paperwork. They might pay some fines. They may or may not, like you mentioned, the E-Verify system, the I-9. But Congress is the one that is creating all of this bureaucracy. It keeps the Congress employed. It keeps the business owners with a pool of people to choose from at a lower cost wage. It's a mess. It's a mess. We keep talking about more laws, when we had the basic ones already on the books that we don't even enforce, but we want to make more. We want everybody to have a position and have their name on a bill, and nothing works for the interest or the best interest of the Americans who are out here slinging it every day, hustling, paying the taxes, footing the bill. What do we get? We get more dirt kicked in our face. We get more, what's her name? Salazar's. We get more McCain type bills, if you will. We get nothing but poop thrown at us in our face, and then we keep saying, oh, another bill, another law. We don't need any more bills and laws. We don't even need any more congressmen and senators right now. Let's just get the ones out that are selling us out, get them out, enforce whatever the laws are we already have, which we have enough already, and let's do the work that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's talk about the sellouts, folks. Let's talk about the Republican sellouts who are doing this. So, of course, we have these are the ones in the GOP calling for amnesty. Maria Salazar, of course, in Florida, Dan Newhouse in Washington, Brian Fitzpatrick in Pennsylvania, Mike Lawler in New York, Don Beacon in New England. I'm sorry, what's NE? Is that New England?
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska.
Yeah,
Mario Diaz-Balart in Florida, Mike Kelly in Pennsylvania, Gabe Evans in Colorado, Marlon Stutzman in Indiana, Young Kim in California, and David Valadao in California. So, as it kind of, well, some of them are in the South, but most of these are in blue states. It looks like these are the Republicans that are calling for mass amnesty. So these are the lawmakers choosing donors over citizens. We need to call them out. We need to get this list out to the patriots and get them out of office. It's just as simple as that. And also President Trump is feeling the sting on this a little bit. So the Wall Street Journal says only Trump can pass real reform code for amnesty. Conservative watchdogs warn Trump may cave on enforcement, especially for farm and hospitality industries. He already did something about farmers a couple of weeks ago.
He basically said that they were thinking about not deporting. They're going to let the farmers decide. They're not going to do this mass deportation of illegal farm workers. So it's kind of like in this holding status, if you will. But you're right. He's taking some hits on that.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it is a problem. There's so many issues here. Yes, these people are primarily working. Yes, they're bad actors. They're bad people that have crossed the border because there's no vetting. So, but majority of them are working. So how is it going to affect the economy? That's the question. Also ethically, I mean, it created a crazy mess. Like I do feel for people who have been here for 20 years, that had children grew up here, and they have to go back. Like I can't, that would be hard. That would be super hard. And like I understand all of this, and I just want to say that as Republicans, we don't hate human beings. We just can't have this happening, decade after decade, and have these type of consequences on our economy, on our citizens, and on people who end up here. Also, what about the border and how many people have died trying to cross the border? It cannot continue.
Yeah. Nicole, it looks like you got that look on your face like I could give a damn.
Listen, don't give two. I wish I wasn't on vacation. Well, let's not say that. If I weren't on vacation, I'd hold up my little pouch and say fucks to give. Let me tell you, I'd give them all out today. I'd pass them around like candies. I have had enough of this amnesty rhetoric. You don't get to rob a bank and keep the money because it took them 10 years to catch you. You don't get to rape and kill because it took them 10 years to catch you. You get away with it. Absolute bullshit. These people take money out of my pocket every single week that I have to pay these high taxes. And you three know Maryland is outrageously taxed state because we have so many illegal people in the crappy ass jobs that they're working. Let them go. You want to know what it's going to do with the economy? Hector and Marisol are going to be let go, and Tyrone and Phyllis may get a job. It will employ the people who have been pushed out of the job market. I've had enough of this bullshit. They got to go home. Go home. You want to apply, you want to have your amnesty hearing, we can do it just like we're doing it now. We can do it over StreamYard. We can do it over Zoom. Take your ass home and try again.
Exactly.
Go home.
Yeah. One of the things, again, I'm just playing this out. It just came to my mind. I don't have all of the details, but one of the things I think might need to happen is there are so many, what do you call them? Political interest groups, if you will, that influence financially influence our representatives, our elected officials, bureaucrats. There's so much deep influence with these pockets of whatever corporation, this group. Everybody's influencing them except for Americans who vote. And so I don't know to what degree that could change, if it should change or what. Again, these are just thoughts, but I do know that when they take the oath of office, you didn't take an oath of office to represent corporation XYZ. You took an oath of office to represent the American people and the American Constitution. That's the bottom line. And anything that goes against that, if you can't represent that, then you don't need to be in office, or you represent the Constitution and the American people. That's your choice. That should be it.
All right. We got some super chatters here, and the chat is on fire. Woo! I see you guys. All right. We have here Alpha Buckeyes with tip jar. Thank you so much, Alpha Buckeye. All right. He says we voted for mass deportations, no amnesty. All right. There it is. Kung Fu CJ, Nicole, they are rhinos. Yes, indeed.
Yes, they are. Mm-hmm.
All right. Kung Fu CJ says Yana is on point with her take. All right. There it is. Nicole is on vacation. Thank you, Kung Fu CJ. Thank you so much. Your super chats go a long way, folks, in helping us push out this content. And we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You really don't know how much these super chats help us. So we appreciate you all, every last one. Laura says, how does the Arab community get here and open store and gas stations with the $5 super chat? Yes, indeed. All right, yeah. Josh went with the $20 super chat. Says we can't take this many people. Black and white English-speaking American Christians are the founders of this country and need to remain the cultural majority. Otherwise, we become Iraq or Honduras. Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Absolute truth.
Yeah.
Absolute truth.
So we will continue to follow this story. It's a hard one. It is hard. But sometimes we got to make hard decisions. So again, this bill isn't really about dignity. It's about dispossession. The elites are selling us out and using our faith, values, and our compassion against us. So you guys, please continue to sound off on this. Don't fall for it. Stand your ground. Defend the American worker. And this is what we will continue to do as well. All right, folks, that does it for us tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Friday Night Live. Final thoughts from each of you ladies. I'll start with you, Yana.
Enjoy the rest of the summer. I mean, I'm saying that because I'm a teacher. So I'm just thinking how much summer is left. So, I mean, enjoy the weather, enjoy your life, and don't be so angry all the time.
All right. Nicole, final thoughts.
Listen, it's a privilege to have been born under the stars and stripes. It's a blessing from the Creator to have been born here. So I get why people want to be here, but there's a way to do it. And it works because hundreds of thousands of people have done it. Our passion to protect our nation is something that every American should be saying. Yes, everybody wants to be here. It's an amazing thing to be an American. It is absolutely wonderful, but you cannot bully us into making you a citizen of this nation. You have to follow the law and follow the tracks that everyone else did. So I love that everybody loves America and wants to be like us, but come on, folks, we got to do it the right way so that it's fair to everybody involved.
All right. Final thoughts on this, Shelley.
Well, look, Nicole, I'm piggybacking what you said. If you love Americans and you love America and you want to be us or be like us, then do it the right way, number one, okay? Don't come here and then want us to be like wherever shithole, thanks, President Trump, that you just left. Don't do that, okay? Because we can't go to whatever country in Europe, wherever else, and just say, oh, we're going to show up and we're going to be Japanese or the Swiss people or whatever. It's not going to happen. We're going to be hemmed up, and you need to be too. This is our country. I'm inviting you to be an American legally. Stand for our Constitution. Damn it, too many of our fellow Americans have died on our soil and on other people's soil for these same rights and to even help other people have the rights that we have. I don't want to do them any injustice to that. Those people are lying in their graves and we are benefiting from their death. Unfortunately, we have these airways, we have our freedoms, we have our Constitution. I want to honor them in their service, in their sacrifice. You should too. Don't come here with your bullshit because I'm sick of it. And so are a whole host of other Americans. We're not going to take it anymore. And if President Trump, if he's on the wrong side of this issue, he better get right. Call me weak, whatever you want, President Trump. I still love you. I support you. But you can be wrong on some things. In this particular issue, you might be. But I don't think you're going to be in the long term. I think you're going to come around like you usually do. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Like KJ said in the beginning, we are on our way to 200,000. We are almost there, but we cannot do it without you. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and you can become a Poppy and a member of our Pop family too.
Absolutely. All right. I'm with you, every one of you. I'm with you all on it. I mean, it's hard. I get that it's hard, and this is a hard situation, and my heart goes out to anyone that it has been working here, has been paying into our economy, has been following our laws, and actually loves the country. Because guess what? These people, even though they came here wrong, they've put down roots, and I do believe they love the country. Some of them love the country, but we can't reward lawlessness. We can't. And justice includes protecting families, national identity, and lawful order. So again, we must love our neighbor, but we got to also defend our home. So it's tough, but hopefully, I just thank God for favor. That's all I can, because we're here, we're legal, and just thank God for favor. So again, folks, continue the conversation in the chat. We see it going off. Again, like Shelly just said, we need those subs. We need those likes. The likes help to get us out in front of a wider audience. So hit the like button as you all come in and subscribe. We got one more super chat. Kung Fu CJ says, great show, ladies. God bless you all. God bless you too. Kung Fu CJ is always here for us.
Yes.
I mean, he with the supers, with the comments, we appreciate you. We appreciate our moderators as well.
Absolutely. That's right.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you all for moderating, for helping out tonight. You keep the chat fire. We appreciate every last one of you. This is a family that we are growing here, and we love all of you guys. So thank you so much.